Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be going over the shadow event that we're going to be seeing on the 21st and talking about Garchomp as well as Regirock. How good are they going to be? Do you really want to go out there and pursue it? I want to tell you, absolutely, this is a good round of shadow Pokemon that we're going to be seeing, or at least a couple of good ones for sure. If you do enjoy my videos, please give it a thumbs up, and happy Father's Day to all of the dads out there. All right, so this is going to be going down June 21st until June 25th, so you're going to have plenty of time to get out there and get shadow Pokemon, right? Also, right now, take advantage of getting shadow Pokemon that you potentially want to TM away frustration on, so you can be prepared when this does arrive. Also, get as many TMs as you can. I'm running low. I started transferring them, and now I'm like, hold up. I'm down to like 80 something or less. I think I'm like 50 something actually, because every time I try to get a move, it takes at least 10 to 12. It's so crazy. All right, I'm gonna be seeing Regirock from Giovanni. Okay, this is gonna be the best shadow Reggie out of all of them that we've seen from Giovanni, period. It's gonna be great. We'll take a look at that here in a moment. Event bonuses are going to be, rockets are going to be appearing more at stops as well as in balloons, and then you're going to be able to TM away frustration on shadow Pokemon. New shadow Pokemon that we're going to be seeing are going to be a Lowland Geodude, Ladybug, Shadow Hitmontop, Shadow Glameow, and then the Covenant Shadow Gibble, which has been in the game for a long time. I reported this a long time ago when Pokemoners did come out with that, so it's been there for a minute. We're finally going to get it. Is Shadow Garchomp good for PvP and raids? Oh, hell yeah, for both, and we'll look at that in a minute. All right, so as far as the 12-kilometer eggs, or I mean, the red eggs, we're going to be seeing Larvitar, Absol, Skorupi, Sandile, Scraggy, Ponyard, Volbeat, Dino, Pancham, which is going to be shiny. That's going to be a new shiny introduced for this event. You gotta love it. That's good. Nice, Niantic. Thank you. Appreciate that. It's going to be red, or kind of, yeah, like a darker red color, maroon, which I like it. And I'm a fan of Pancham and Pangoro, so I want that. Hopefully I get a shiny, hopefully a Shundo. We have Inkay to have a Shundo of that, Skrellup, and Salandit. Good luck hatching a female. All right, so that's what we have as far as the events. Now let's go ahead and take a look at how good Garchomp is. We're gonna just hop right into this here. Don't know if I'm gonna be able to put it on screen. It might cover my face, but who knows, I'll put it up right now. Taking a look at it in Master League. We're not going to look at Shadow Garchomp in the Great League or in the Ultra League, because quite frankly, the damage is up there, but it's not something you're going to want to use. Can you do something? Yes, of course, you can do something, all right? If you're on easy mode, of course you'll be able to find a good matchup for it. So what are we looking at here? In the Master League, we got Shadow Garchomp ranked at number 63, regular Garchomp ranked at 40. Now I have their matchups here so we can compare them side by side, because if you're thinking, okay, well, Shadow Garchomp is ranked, you know, higher, well, not necessarily higher, but lower technically than the regular Garchomp, so what's the difference? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at this. So we know that Shadow Pokemon are dishing out 20% more damage, as well as taking 20% more damage, okay? All right, so Shadow Garchomp, what is it going to be good up against? Well, rank straight up here, which is pretty funny, itself, all right? And it's sitting at 875. Now, anything at 500 is kind of like an even tie, right? Or sort of. It's not going to be dead on a tie, but it's simulated towards that. It's pretty much a win, or could be an inch away from a loss. So 875 is a hard win. Okay, great. So that's Garchomp. Next up is going to be Giratina Origin. Keep in mind that these are just a select few matchups that it's picking here. You can use your imagination and, you know, figure out it's going to be good up against a lot of other things that it's, you know, typically good up against. All right, so Giratina Origin still a great matchup. Swampert, a great matchup, well over 500. Excadrill, looking good as well for that. Mewtwo as well. What it is going to be losing to as a shadow here, and, you know, quite significantly. I mean, it could be lower, sitting at 268, so that's pretty well below 500, but it is going to be Zacian, and that's, you know, a given. Next is Dialga. Another given one, as it's going to be hitting you with Dragon Breath in your shadow. All right, Gyarados, another one. Even if it has Waterfall, it's still going to be doing a decent amount, but Dragon Breath is the deadly thing you need to look out for. Metagross is going to be taking a win up against Shadow Garchomp. It's very specific. It's not like, oh, it's like your ground type though. Why is that losing? Well, it's Metagross at the end of the day, and it's still hitting you for neutral damage, so you have to think about that. So Yeah, taking a loss there. And this is all very circumstantial. It's not like, oh, if you go up against the Metagross, you're going to lose for sure with your Garchomp. No, that's not the case. It's giving you a scenario in a 1-to-1 shield situation, and you bait them, and they shield up the bait. Yeah, scenario. Dragonite's next at 486, and it's not bad, but you're going to be hitting it with Dragon Tail, so it's going to be doing a whole hell of a lot to Dragonite. Taking a look at regular Garchomp. All right, let's see the matchup. So, let's see one that's the same here. They don't have one of the same for the wins. Okay, that's very interesting. Oh, Excadrill. So Excadrill for the Shadow is sitting at 645, and then for the non-Shadow, it's sitting at almost 700 with 692. So, you know, obviously taking the hits a little bit better. But as far as powering up the Shadow for Master League, you may want to invest in it. We're going to continue on here. We'll talk about raids in a second. I don't have the numbers up, but we're going to compare it a little bit to Shadow Salamence. All right, so as far as Garchomp is concerned in the Master League, it's looking pretty stinking good. All right, now looking at Regirock in the Ultra League, I'm going to make this a lot more quicker here. It's going to be good. All right, so first of all, Shadow is ranked at 12. And then the regular one is going to be ranked at 6, so you got the regular one ranked better again. Shadow is going to be destroying Walrein, Charizard, Cobalion, Obstagoon. As interesting that it's beating Obstagoon, right? Because Obstagoon has counter as well as Cross Chop, super effective to you, but non-stab. But then again, you're going to be able to easily one-shot a Obstagoon with Focus Blast, right? And then you're winning Trevenant too with Shadow Regirock. Damn, Regirock Shadow's putting in the work, losing to with Swampert, Jellicent, Tapu Fini, Cresselia, and Giratina. Regular Regirock is going to obviously be destroying Charizard and winning against Obstagoon as well, Trevenant as well, Walrein, and Giratina altered, losing to, of course, Swampert, Stunfisk, Galarian, Jellicent, Scrafty, and Cresselia. Taking a look at Regirock in the Open Master League XL, Shadow is going to be ranked 52, while the non-Shadow is ranked 67. So the regular or the Shadow is going to be performing better than the non-Shadow. Can I speak? All right. Beating Lugia, Dialga, Excadrill. This is the Shadow. Zacian and Gyarados, to name a few. Losing to Mewtwo, Garchomp, Metagross, Dragonite, and Giratina Origin. Regular Regirock destroying Ho-Oh. The Shadow is going to destroy Ho-Oh too. Okay, let's just put that out there. Togekiss, Shadow's going to destroy Togekiss as well. Excadrill, beating Excadrill. Wow, that's crazy. You're weak to ground and you're still beating that. Regirock is a beast, XL. I wouldn't have thought. Lugia, destroying Gyarados. That's cool. That's cool too. That's cool. Can't speak today. All right, losing to the non-Shadow is losing to Mewtwo, Garchomp, Giratina, Origin, Zacian, and Dialga. All right, so there you have the lineup for those things there. Now, let's talk about, and then we're going to look at my Shadows here, how good Garchomp Shadow is going to be going up against raids. So, I did power up a Shadow Salamence because it was a, shiny and Shadow. Its defense is like 3 or 4. Its attack is up. Its defense, or its HP is kind of up. It doesn't have the best IVs as far as the defense, so it's kind of like, ooh, it can't take a hit anyway, so it's going down even faster. But it's dishing out damage like you have no idea. It's literally the second best Dragon-type attacker, aside from Mega Rayquaza. So technically, Shadow Salamence is the highest damage outputting dragon in the game right now. Even outperforming its Mega. But here's the thing about the Shadows that do a lot of damage, specifically Salamence and now Garchomp too. They're both the same, well, they're not the same typing. They're just both 4 times weak to ice, right? So you got to consider that. And they're going to both be pretty frail, although Salamence is a little bit squishier than Garchomp is in general. So Garchomp in raids is actually going to be destroying. It might be the next best dragon attacker for raids, like literally top tier as far as damage output. It's going down faster, and you have to consider that, you have Mega Garchomp coming in the future, and you also have Mega Salamence that are going to be staying in the fight longer and just doing a lot of damage anyways. It's not like, oh, they're so far behind the Shadows, so consider that. So the Shadow form for Garchomp in raids is going to be crazy output damage. But again, I have to urge you to maybe, not go too crazy on maxing one out to 50 yet, because we are going to be getting Mega Garchomp, which, don't use all your candies. Prepare yourself, because we're going to get that soon. I don't know when, but it's going to be coming down the pipe, and you want to be prepared for that, although you could just raid a whole hell of a lot. But you also have to consider that the nerf to remote race has been taking place. So you getting candies is going to be a lot harder. So you're going to have to use what you have sparingly, unless you're going to be able to go out there and raid in person and you have a group and you're one of the privileged people in the game, right? So there is that aspect. Garchomp in Raids is going to destroy. Garchomp in Master League is going to do tons of damage, but it's going to be going down very fast. So there is that. This is looking like a pretty good event with new Pokemon being introduced as Shadows. And finally, the long-awaited Gible into Garchomp Shiny or Shadow is going to be here, and it is going to be badass. So pretty excited for that. Now let's go ahead and very quickly, I'm making this video a lot longer than I anticipated, and we'll start it right now, taking a look at my Shadow Pokemon here, at least my tops. So as far as powered up is concerned, so we got the Shiny Shadow Tyranitar, and these are maybe something you want to consider to power up yourself. I'll tell you if it's not worthy of powering up, and I just did it for fun, you know. Lugia. As far as raid attackers, not the best, even as a Shadow, but in PvP and Master League, this is an MVP. So if you do have the candies and you're into Master League, definitely go for that. Shadow Mewtwo, does it go, do I have to even explain it? Absolutely destroys. Very squishy, especially in the Master League, but it is putting out damage like no other top attacker in the game, period. There's my Shadow Salamence, and it is sitting at 12 attack, 1 defense, and then 1 defense and then 15 HP. It's doing a ton of damage output in raids, and as well as PvP if I decide to use it there, but this thing cannot take a hit. And I don't have enough candies to max out another one for its Mega now. See, there's that problem. Next up, Dragonite Shadow. Can take a hit a lot better than Salamence. Same typing, both weak, very weak to ice. But it is a little bit more reliable. Lot more reliable. Way more reliable. Shadow Metagross. Definitely something you want to invest in. Pretty much one of the best Shadows to have, period. Absolutely phenomenal in raids and also good for PvP. But another Pokemon you want to consider on not going full in on, because it does have a Mega, which is going to be doing a ton of damage. Although the Shadow is still outperforming its Mega. Another one of those situations. But then you have the DPS times TDO, which is like the time in the battle. So the Mega is going to not, or the Mega is going to be able to stay a lot longer while the Shadow's going down quick. Shadow Snorlax, not good for raids, obviously, but amazing for PvP. Shadow Moltres is definitely a good one to invest in, but you're going to need its Legacy Sky Attack. So if you have that going on for you, then you may want to power that up. Level 50 Shadow Gardevoir I have here has a Mega, but this is crazy damage. And you can't go into Master League or into PvP with Megas all the time. So that may be a good option. Crazy good in raids too. Shadow Machamp, absolutely phenomenal. We already know Machamp's been good since it's introduced into Pokemon Go, and it got its Shadow, just made it infinitely better and stronger. Definitely a solid one to invest in. Although you do have Mega fighters in the future. Shadow Swampert, pretty good, has a Mega, so consider that. Do what you will with it. It's a good attacker. Got another Shadow Machamp. All right, now we're getting into my Ultra League Pokemon here. So this is not necessarily top tiers. But this is just what I have. Double Legacy, Dragon Breath, and Blast Burn. You know, I do PvP and make videos, so I have all kinds of experiments, even like 3 or 4 of the same Pokemon with just different moves, legacies, and non. So take a look at what we have going on here. I love my Muck, so if you got one of those, pretty good. Great IVs on that as well, so you might want to invest in that. Shadow Glade, it's okay, I guess. Shadow Nidoqueen, way too squishy, and the algorithm is too bullshit for me to even use it. Shadow Hitmonchan, very expensive, but a very fun pick. Got another Charizard, Double Legacy, Wing Attack, and Blast Burn this time. And then, of course, I love my Venusaur Shadows. Those are always amazing. And now we're just getting into a bunch of random stuff that we just, got going on here. Anyways, folks, this video is dragging on a little bit longer than expected. So if you can hit that like button, that'd be much appreciated. Thank you for watching, and good luck catching good shinies. You want to get a good shiny Shadow Gible. Shinies, shadows, All right, so again, happy Father's Day to everybody out there. Thank you for watching and supporting the channel, and I'll catch you all next time. Take care.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic! You will see.